There is nothing more beautiful and powerful than someone who chooses to be themselves. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Teachers of Tomorrowsmith. My name is Agnas Esther and I'm your host for the day. Today we're going to talk about the LGBTQIA+ community and an organization that is working towards this cause. We have with us Kusum Bhandari, founder of Ekaa, a community that aims to bring acceptability in the society for LGBTQIA+ people by providing them opportunities to interact and engage with the mainstream society on a common platform. By facilitating interaction, Ekaa aims to create a society where people from all genders and sexual preferences can coexist harmoniously. To talk more about this topic and Ekaa, I welcome Kusum Bhandari on the show. Welcome, Kusum, ma'am.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, ma'am. So let's begin with Ekaa. Could you please tell us more about Ekaa, its mission, and what drives it?
Ekaa is a communication agency that aims to create acceptability for LGBTQIA+ community by facilitating interactions and engagement with the mainstream society. Before I talk about Ekaa's purpose, I would like to point out some ground realities. We all are aware of the discrimination this community faces, even at this day and age. And it is even worse for transgender people. Nobody really knows when all this started, yet it is being practiced as norm. Supreme Court of India recognized the existence of third gender only in 2014. It took us 157 years to change the law against homosexuality, and that was implemented during colonial era. Even after that, society is yet to accept this community, and discrimination they face is still very much present. More often than not, people from transgender community are labeled as rude, aggressive, and troublemakers. But nobody is ready to understand the stigma they have all been living with. There's this interesting study that was it was a behavioral experiment that was done on rats, where they were divided into two separate groups, and one group with a transparent wall between them. And one group was given treats like every couple of hours, and the other one was just given once a day. By the end of the experiment, the group which was treated unfairly showed signs of aggression. And this is the same scenario here with LGBTQIA+ community.
Lovely. So what are some of the things that make open conversation about gender and gender identities difficult in India?
Where do I start? It is a subject that is considered a taboo in India. There is a general lack of awareness and education on these issues. Our education system itself is not inclusive. I haven't come across any book in curriculum that talks about non-binary gender identities. There are so many barriers, cultural, social, political, and our religious beliefs that play a major role in keeping these conversations under wraps. Many people from non-binary gender spectrum are forced to stay closeted lifelong because there is so much stigma, trauma, and discrimination associated with it.
So, ma'am, my next question is, how do we start these conversations in schools? What role can schools and teachers play in breaking down stereotypes and promoting understanding and acceptance of LGBTQIA+ people?
They can help by providing a safe space for LGBT students that is inclusive and affirming. School should create policies to protect students from discrimination and bullying. Teachers should strive to create a classroom environment that is more accepting and where diversity and inclusion is celebrated, and students feel comfortable to discuss issues related to sexuality and gender identity. There is a need to incorporate lessons into curriculum that promote understanding and acceptance of LGBT people and their experiences. Designated support groups, relevant literature, media, regular events, and engagements that celebrate diversity and inclusion should also be helpful in breaking down the stereotypes. I would like to share a good move by Chennai government where they informed Madras High Court that laws to protect LGBT community will be announced and an inclusive curriculum will be introduced in schools along with relevant teacher training and sensitization. So the change is starting to take place slowly, and I would be very happy when this becomes a norm in each and every state.
So what are your suggestions on improving representation and inclusion of LGBTQIA plus topics in the curriculum?
We should provide training for educators on how to create safe and inclusive learning environment so that that is respectful of all identities. Also, we should create more space for open and honest dialogue within the curriculum around the topics of gender identity, sexual orientation, and related issues. There are so many trans heroes who are doing phenomenal work, and I think we should include their stories as well in the curriculum. Some of them are Akkai Padamsali, Gauri Sawant, Kalki Subramanyam, Manavi Bandapwadhyay, Yogita Bhayana, and Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi.
At Tomorrowsmith Foundation, we work with teachers in training to build their whole personality so that when they walk into their first class, they do so with the right skills and right mindset. What are some things you would suggest Tomorrowsmith Foundation should do to prepare new teachers to be better equipped to support LGBTQIA plus students in their classroom?
I feel the most crucial skill that should be taught to any teacher is empathy and a desire to help and support their students that aids in their overall growth. They should be educated on right usage of pronouns and language that is inclusive of all students and identities. They should be educated on being comfortable in discussing topics related to sexuality and gender to their students. There should be regular workshops where they can learn new ways of making their classroom a safe haven for students of all genders.
Thank you so much for your very valuable tip, ma'am. So my last question is, what is your ideal vision of a society, the utopia where LGBTQIA plus individuals are accepted and treated equally?
There is a quote by Gloria Steinem that beautifully sums up my vision for our society. And I would like to end this podcast on that quote. It goes like a gender equal society would be one where the word gender does not exist, where everyone can be themselves. I hope that through our collective efforts, we create a society that does not discriminate against any gender and we all live in harmony.
That's a great thought to end the conversation with. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. We hope Ekaa brings a lot of positive changes in the society. Best wishes.
Thanks for inviting me. It was lovely talking to you, and let's hope to create a better tomorrow with the collective efforts of Ekaa and Tomorrowsmith. Thank you.
So that's it, everyone. If you like this episode, do share it with other teachers. Subscribe to our channel and follow us on our social media for updates on what's new at Tomorrowsmith Foundation. The links are right there in the description. Thank you and have a nice day.